Looking to come in with Electivire and we get the Thundershock farm down. Electivire, ahead in energy, is absolutely deadly. They come in with Sableye, absolutely no baits. Do they respect the damage from the potential Wild Charge? They shield up, they are not at a move yet. We get to the back-to-back Wild Charge. Will Wild Charge be enough to one-shot Sableye? Get fucking wrecked. What is in the back? We are now 4-stage debuff, then it's an Azumarill. Do we make the Wild Charge? Well, you're going to have to watch the video to find out. First of all, shout out to Pogo Doms. Holy crap, you need to go check this guy out on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and I think even Instagram. His edits are absolutely sublime. Without a doubt, every single day I see him posting on these platforms, and his edits are unbelievable. Far better than mine, because let's not kid ourselves. My editing skills are absolutely crap, because I only use my Samsung S10. But today he is running a really cool team with Shadow Sableye in the lead. We're often safe switching Shadow Swampert on Earthquake, which obviously is a bit of a risky play, as it does get hard countered. And then we've got Shadow Electivire in the closer position. So in game one, we pick up a pretty great lead against Nidoqueen. This opponent is going straight Poison Fang, and that most definitely isn't the play. I know Nidoqueen users love to bait, but at least build up to the Earth Power. Once again, this is a Poison Fang, and Sableye will survive, and we will get off one more foul play. Is the opponent willing to go down 2 shields immediately? Yes, they are, so they must really love their Nidoqueen. Now here comes Swampert. Once again, this is a Poison Fang. We will survive, and we will look to over-farm. The opponent makes a switch out into Metachan. This XL Metachan is going to be straight in and straight out, as 2 Hydro Cannons will be enough to KO. First one gets them into the yellow. Second Hydro Cannon coming through. Hi Metachan, bye Metachan. The opponent is in a world of trouble. They come in with Bastiodon, and they get given the lag wink on. We are lagging like absolute fuck, which probably means we won't reach the Earthquake, but this Hydro Cannon is still going to do decent damage. They're now in the yellow, and here comes Electivire. We can shield up this move. It's going to be a Stone Edge. Electivire has 2 shields. The opponent is going to attempt to reset into Nidoqueen, and we are going for the double resisted Wild Charge, because Electivire doesn't give a fuck about typings. Double resisted Wild Charge takes out Nidoqueen, and the Smackdowns aren't going to be able to handle the wrath of Electivire, and Wild Charge is going to be enough to clean up game 1. GG's, and thanks for playing. Ice Punch would have hit Nidoqueen for neutral, but when the opportunity to PM arises, why not use it? In this next battle, we pick up a lead against the Denny. We safe switch into Swampert, and now the opponent is throwing energy. This could be a play rough, but they just go for a discharge and now come into Toxicroak. Toxicroak really isn't going to appreciate Swampert this far ahead in energy. First Hydro Cannon draws the shield. We are now going straight for the Hail Mary. Does the opponent respect the Earthquake? Earthquake coming through, and it gets the shield. Toxicroak is now down 2 shields. We could shield this up and make a Hydro Cannon, but Doms is choosing to save a shield for Electivire. We come back in with Sableye. We are resisting these counters. Mud Bomb will hit for neutral, but with non-stab, it is a pretty garbage move. We tank that, no problem. Foul play from this range will knock this Toxicroak out. A nice overfarm from Doms. We've got some residual energy, good to go. Foul play takes care of Toxicroak. They come back in with the little mouse. Let's see what Doms wants to do. He is going to shield this up. Let's see if he looks to go for the Power Gem. We actually bank a foul play and switch out into Electivire. The opponent doesn't switch out. This Ice Punch will be enough to take care of the mouse. What's in the back? It's a Froslass. Froslass, can you survive a Wild Charge? I fucking doubt it, but let's find out. Wild Charge coming through, and it absolutely nukes the shit out of Froslass, and yet another very impressive game. Make sure you check out Doms. As I said in the intro, I'm going to link as many of his socials as I can find in the description down below. You'll also notice these battles are a bit bigger than usual. I think they're played on a tablet. It just means my graphics are a bit smaller, and it looks a bit strange for me shoutcasting. But we pick up a lead against Sandslash. They go for a Night Slash. It doesn't do too much damage, but they get the boost. Not fantastic. It means this second Night Slash will knock out, so we are going to be forced to shield. However, we're almost at back-to-back foul plays. Is the opponent willing to go down 2 shields? They shield up the first one. We are almost at the second. We get to the second now. This second one will knock out. Let's see if the opponent is willing to double shield. The opponent does double shield, and we now switch out into Swampert to catch a Night Slash. Boosted Night Slash is going to hurt. Holy crap, it does almost half of our HP, and they outpace us to their next move. We are going to be forced to burn our final shield here, and I imagine the opponent is going to look to switch out. They come in to the new monkey, Mr. Oranguru. You, my friend, are going to be straight in, straight out. First Hydro Cannon does over half of its HP. Second Hydro Cannon is going to knock out. So what a nice cameo appearance from the monkey. Let's see what the opponent has in the back. They snipe us with Sandslash, and this is going to be a problem. Our Sableye is quite low, and we're definitely not going to be able to Thundershock down a ground type. Sandslash will be taking out our Sableye with a Night Slash, and now it's all going to be on Electivire. We come in with Electivire. We are going to have to tank a Night Slash. It is going to do decent damage because Electivire is made of absolute paper. They now switch out into Lantern. Due to the electric water typing, this Wild Charge is only going to hit for neutral. It lands for huge damage. We're going for resisted Ice Punch. We're almost at the back-to-back. Is Ice Punch enough to KO? Yes, it is. Can we make one more? And unfortunately, we get Mud Shot down as we attempt to make the Ice Punch. And that is a tie. Moving straight on into the next battle, we pick up a lead against Trevenant. You fucking love to see it. But what you don't love to see is lag. The opponent switches out into Walrein and we come into Swampert. I probably would have come in to the Electivire and double nuked the shit out of it. But Swampert does tank the Icicle Spheres far better. And this Earthquake will absolutely one-shot. Does the opponent respect the Earthquake? No, they do not. So we win back switch advantage. They come in with the Trevenant. We are going to get farmed down, which isn't fantastic, as Trevenant Head and Energy will cause a lot of problems for this back line. We get completely Shadow Clawed down. We come back in to Sableye. We have 2 shields. We are going to shield up a potential Shadow Ball, but the opponent goes for a Seed Bomb. We are at the foul play. This foul play will be KOing or drawing the opponent's final shield. They choose to shield it up. Once again, we are in a tricky spot. We are going to call the Shadow Ball this time. The opponent throws another Seed Bomb. Are they going to make one more Seed Bomb? No, they are not. We farm down. In the back is Azumarill and high Azumarill. Meet Shadow Electivire. We're going straight for a Wild Charge. Does Wild Charge one shot? No, it doesn't, but we could almost Thundershock down and the opponent realises they're fucked and quit the match. GG's and thanks for playing. Azumarill is one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the entire league, and it absolutely got wrecked by Electivire. You love to see it. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a lead against Unova Stunfisk. This is pretty neutral. They are going to go for a Discharge. It does almost half of our HP, and we are looking to go for back-to-back foul plays. Is the opponent going to go down their first shield? Yes, they do. We are going to have to shield this up or get knocked out. Let's see what Doms does. We actually just allow our Sableye to go down, and we come into Swampert. Swampert has a good matchup here. They can only go for Mud Bomb, which isn't the best move. We are going to tank the Mud Bomb. We're over farming as much as we can. Great over farm from Doms. This Hydro Cannon will be enough to take care of the Unova Stunfisk. They now come into Poliwrath. We're going straight for the Hail Mary. Not many Swamperts run Earthquake in the Great League, and this opponent wasn't expecting it. We now snipe with Electivire. They actually just about managed to save their Poliwrath, but this game is absolutely over. We shield up the Flame Charge. We're at the back-to-back Wild Charges. This will absolutely nuke about 25 Talonflame. They shield up the first one. We're at the back-to-back. This second one is going to knock out. The Poliwrath has hardly any HP, and we Thundershock it down and take that battle in style. GG's and thanks for playing. Shadow Electivire, rarely seen in the Great League, but you can already tell it's an absolute menace with its hard-hitting charge moves and its great energy generation. When shields are down, Electivire goes to town. So moving on into the next battle, we lead Sableye into another Sableye. It's the Shadow versus the Purified. Let's see who gets the sneak, who's going to throw first. We actually get a denial. We throw first, so great timing from Doms. We fire a foul play. The opponent shields it up. Let's see if we do sneak when the opponent throws. We do get the sneak in, so we are going to win the race to the next charge. We shield up a foul play. We can now overfarm by 1, but Doms doesn't actually throw the moves. We're forced now to go down 2 shields. We are firing back with a foul play. The opponent is behind energy. I imagine they will let it go, which they do. And now they come into Bastiodon. We switch out into Swampert, and here comes Metachan. 2 Hydro Cannons will be enough to knock out this Metachan. First Hydro Cannon draws the shield. They are going straight for a power-up punch. We've got no shields, but this obviously isn't going to knock out. So we are going to make the Earthquake. Is Earthquake enough to knock out XL Metachan? It is going to hurt, but I don't think it's going to be enough to knock out. They do survive, and they do counter us down. However, we've still got the Sableye, so we could come in and just tank whatever energy the opponent has on Sableye. Great play once again from Doms. Ice Punch does take out Sableye. We're going to get ahead in energy with Electivire, and we're going to need to get to 2 Wild Charge to take out this Bastiodon. Do we make the back-to-back Wild Charges? We are going to have to tank a move. I highly doubt we do survive, and unfortunately that is a good game. Unfortunately, we don't quite pull off the victory in that battle. The opponent was running a really common team. Sableye, Bastiodon and Metachan is probably one of the most basic bitch lines you are going to see. So if you see a Sableye in the lead and they come into Bastiodon, you already should be knowing that Metachan is in the back. I always preach that you need to start learning team comps, as knowing what the opponent has in the back does give you a slight advantage. In that battle as well, you could see we did get a sneak on the Sableye. So if we would have thrown immediately as we got the move, we could have potentially saved our shield for Electivire. Moving on into the next battle, we lead Shadow Sableye into a Jirachi. Great lead here. We are resisting the confusions. They now save switch into their own Sableye. So we are ahead in energy. Once again, we get yet more lag. Come on, Niantic, fix this fucking game. We do manage to get a sneak in once again, and let's see if Dom uses that sneak to his advantage this time. We do fire back with a foul play. The opponent gets the sneak back, but we should still be one ahead. However, with that shit ton of lag, who knows where their energy's at. It looks like we are behind on energy. We are going to fire back one more foul play. This will knock out or draw the opponent's final shield. They choose to take shield advantage. Let's see what the opponent has in the back. They aren't going to come in to Jirachi. We now come in to Swampert. They bring back out the Jirachi. These Hydro Cannons do hit for neutral. Earthquake would absolutely obliterate it. First Hydro Cannon draws the shield. We should be able to tank a Doom Desire, as it will be resisted due to our water typing. We do tank it. We make one more Hydro Cannon. Is Hydro Cannon enough to knock out the Jirachi? We're actually going for an undercharge. That undercharge has left the Jirachi fairly healthy. Let's see how Doms plays this one out. We come in with the Electivire. Can we Thunder Shock down? No, we cannot. This once again will be a resisted Doom Desire, but Shadow Electivire really didn't look like it was resisted. They now switch out into their final Pokemon. Wild Charge near one-shots the Scrafty. We get to this foul play. Is resisted foul play enough to knock out? Yes, it is, and we should be able to Shadow Claw down the Jirachi and take that game. Very well played, and GG's to the opponent. Holy crap, Shadow Electivire is glassy. Even that resisted Doom Desire did like 60-65% of our HP. But in return, that Wild Charge almost nuked the absolute shit out of Scrafty. So it's a bit of a give and take game when you're using Pokemon like Electivire. You hit really hard, but my gosh, you can't take a hit. In the next battle, we pick up a great lead. Sableye into Metachan. They switch out into the Tin Can. We've got a great response with our Shadow Swampert. We tank a Focus Blast. We can knock them out with an Earthquake. Is the opponent going to respect the damage of Earthquake? No, they do not. So Swampert maintains alignment. They come back into Metachan. We do get farmed down. However, Sableye absolutely dominates Metachan. That mid-game matchup was so quick, so the opponent is still switch locked. We land the foul play. We can tank any move from the Metachan. Ice Punch doesn't do too much damage. The switch timer has finally popped up, and in the back is a Galarian Stunfisk. Holy crap, that is not something Electivire wants to see. We shield up a Rock Slide. We are going to be forced to stay in with Sableye. We are almost at back-to-back foul plays. We need to get this Bear Trap into Ice Punch range. We draw the opponent's first shield. Let's see if they are willing to commit their final shield with this foul play. Yes, they are. So it is a CMP tie. At this stage now, you're just going to have to let Sableye go down and put faith in Electivire closing out this game. These Mud Shots are absolutely chunking. It's a bit crazy to think that Mud Shot isn't a hard hitting charge move. We shield up a Rock Slide. We need to get to back-to-back Ice Punches, as one Ice Punch won't be enough to knock out this Bear Trap. First one coming through. The opponent looks to switch out into Metachan. Great timing from Doms. We overfarm as much as we can. Ice Punch knocks out Metachan, and unfortunately they leave with a move. We're one Thunder Shock short of pulling off that battle. So we got really hard counted in the back, but Doms played really well and made that battle really, really close. Stunfisk is one of the worst ground types you can see, as due to their steel type and our coverage move of Ice Punch is only neutral and it just doesn't do enough damage. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a pretty neutral lead against Lickitung. They are resisting our Shadow Claws, but they have to go for a Power Whip to do any meaningful damage. Doms does correctly shield up a Power Whip. These foul plays will really start to chunk this XL Lickitung. First foul play does draw a shield. In return, we outpace to a second foul play. This will land for decent damage. Shadow Sableye hits really, really hard. The opponent is still going to need to Power Whip to take us out. So They are building back up towards the power whip, so we outpace to yet another foul play. This gets the Lickitung really low. They will need to power whip to take us out, and that is exactly what they do. And now we can come in and Thundershock farm down with Electivire. Electivire is ahead in energy. They come in to a Sableye. We're building up towards that back-to-back Wild Charges. Does the opponent respect the damage of Wild Charge? Yes, they do. We're going to outpace to this next Wild Charge. Will Wild Charge be enough to one-shot Sableye? Get a fucking wrecked Sableye. In the back is Azumarill. We're now 4-stage debuffed. These bubbles are absolutely shredding, but we still make one more Wild Charge, and Wild Charge does huge damage. We switch out into the Swampert, and the opponent concedes the match. GG's, and thanks for playing. Shadow Electivire going on an absolute fucking rampage. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a lead against Shadow Swampert. Shadow Swampert's Hydro Cannons do absolutely huge damage to our Sableye. We are going to respect it and shield it up. You can see in return these Shadow Claws are absolutely ripping through this Swampert. Doms is already down 2 shields, so we are in a bit of a rough spot. We are going to be able to get both shields back from the Swampert if they choose to make a play for switch. They shield up the first one. We outpace to this next foul play. Is the opponent going to burn their final shield? Yes, they are, so we are going to get outpaced to a Hydro Cannon, and now we are in a tricky spot. Hydro Cannon takes us out. Can we mod shut down this one? But before they make a move, no we cannot. This is going to hurt. It's going to do huge damage. We need something in the back that Electivire can deal with. And here comes the Wincon. They come in to Skarmory, so we can get up to 100 energy. We are going to tank this Sky Attack. Not particularly well, but we do tank it. We are going to build up as much energy as we physically can. Wild Charge is going to absolutely obliterate Skarmory. Get wrecked Skarmory, and what is in the back? They come in to a Galarian Stunfisk. We are going to throw an Ice Punch. We really need our Switch Timer to pop up. We get farmed down. Is the opponent's Switch Timer up? No, it is not. Hydro Cannon is going to land on this Galarian Stunfisk. See you later, Stunfisk. And the opposing Swampert has only 1 HP, and our Swampert manages to mud shot down. Absolute insanity. Electivire really coming in clutch in that battle. I really thought that would be a loss, but Doms managed to pull it off. Moving on into the next battle, we see another Swampert in the lead. This time it isn't Shadow. However, as our Sableye isn't completely maxed out, Hydro Cannon will land for big damage. It looks like once again Doms is choosing to burn both shields on the Sableye. He did manage to pull off the last battle. Let's see if he manages to do the same this time. The opponent just lets Swampert go, so they are taking a 2-shield advantage. Doms is looking to switch out. They come in to a Walrein. We are going to fire off a foul play after building up to the power gem. We draw the opponent's first shield. Can we survive an Icicle Sphere? My Sableye would survive from this range, but it is a rank 1 and excel. Sableye does manage to hang on, and we make one more foul play. The opponent lets it go. We now switch out into Swampert. This Walrein is definitely in Hydro Cannon range. They're deep in the red. We tank an Icicle Sphere. It does do big damage. We're going to get rid of the Walrus. With this Hydro Cannon, what does the opponent have in the back? The opponent actually chooses to shield it up, so they must be weak to Swampert in the back. They are going to take us out with an Icicle Sphere, and now it's time for Electivire to close strong. They have a Skarmory, and this game is absolutely over. Doms isn't even throwing the Wild Charge yet. We tank a Sky Attack. Looks like he is going for the safe play. Wild Charge will be enough to take out this Skarmory, and it looks like we're going to have a BM Wild Charge ready for the 1 HP Walrus. You absolutely love to see it, and Electivire once again closes out strong. GG's, and thanks for playing. Electivire out here catching all these Skarmory sleeping. Holy cow, you love to see Electivire into Skarmory. Moving on into the next battle, we see Sableye into Registeel. We are instantly swapping into Swampert, and they come in to Azumarill. Sludge Wave is nice coverage here. However, Stab Earthquake does do almost as much damage. The opponent shields up the first one. So it looks like the opponent really wants to win switch advantage. They go for an Ice Beam. Swampert does survive. We are going to make one more Earthquake. This definitely won't one-shot, but it will do decent damage to the Azumarill. However, it looks like we could get bubbled down, which would be absolutely brutal. We die with the Hydro Cannon loaded. Absolute heartbreak. We come in with the Electivire. We are going to have to shield up absolutely everything. We've seen Electivire can't tank any moves. The opponent now makes an aggressive switch into their own Sableye. We are going for an Ice Punch bait. Is the opponent going to fear the Wild Charge? Yes, they are. They shield it up. Doms can now shield up our Electivire. We've already seen that Wild Charge absolutely one-shot Sableye, so this Wild Charge is going to be taking care of the Sableye. Our health is getting quite low. We shouldn't get Lock On down. We are going to make one more Wild Charge. Let's see how much this does to the bulky Registeel. It gets him into the yellow. We now switch out into Sableye. We can tank any one move here. The opponent is actually running Flash Cannons. They mustn't be on the Legacy Zap Cannon. They come into a Azumarill. That just gives us free farm. That gives us the foul play. So I have no idea what that play was from the opponent, but we managed to take that battle. Thanks, Mr. Opponent. We really appreciate the free farm. To be honest, I think either way that opponent was fucked, but still, I'm not entirely sure why you brought in the Azumarill there, as it was energy dry. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a great lead against Nidoqueen. They do need to go for Earth Power to take us out. This opponent is actually building up to the Earth Power. Most Nidoqueens just spam out Poison Fangs. This opponent is a bit more smart. Let's see if they go straight for the Earth Power. Doms is respecting it, and a great shield. We do shield up the Earth Power. We can now Shadow Claw down. However, we get loads of lag. The opponent does make one more move. This is just going to be a Poison Fang. I think we would have farmed down without the lag, but either way, we still manage to take the lead matchup. They come in to a Walrein. We are going for a foul play. The opponent does shield it up. We make the Power Gem as the opponent hasn't thrown yet. Do they respect the damage of Power Gem? Yes, they do. We now look to switch out into Swampert, but it's a CMP tie. Best case for us. Icicle Sphere is going to take us out. We now come into Swampert. Swampert does tank these moves a lot better than Electivire. They could throw an Earthquake, but there is just Icicle Sphere. Doms does shield it up, and they actually catch this Earthquake. I'm not sure what they've caught it on, but whatever it is, isn't going to appreciate it. It is a Metachan. We are going to outpace to a Hydro Cannon. This Hydro Cannon will be taking out Metachan, so a nice cameo appearance from Metachan in this battle. We switch out now into Electivire. The opponent is going to have to dump an Earthquake to take us out. That is the correct play. They do Earthquake, and now it's going to be a race. It's going to be Swampert versus Walrein. Swampert wins the race, and this resisted Hydro Cannon is going to be enough to take this game. GG's, and thanks for playing. Some really nice energy management from the opponent in that battle, but Doms still manages to pull off the very impressive victory. So we've only got one more battle in the video. If you're enjoying the content, I appreciate if you smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. Make sure you go check out the featured battle with Doms. Link to all his socials are in the description down below. So let's just get into this last one. We pick up a lead against the Walrus. This is pretty bad for our Sableye, as Walrein is far spammier than we are. We can tank one Icicle Sphere, and we are going to fire back a Foul Play. Foul Play will not KO, but it will do decent damage. The opponent chooses to shield it up. We do sneak a Shadow Claw, so Doms is going to shield in return. We will make one more Foul Play. This Foul Play will not KO the Walrein, and we will get Powder Snow down. The opponent actually chooses to shield it up, so we now switch out into Swampert. Swampert isn't going to appreciate this Icicle Sphere. It lands, it does almost half of our HP. We get to a Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon should more or less KO. I'm hoping it does KO from this range. It actually doesn't. Heartbreak for Doms. Are we going to burn our final shield? No, we are not. So Swampert just goes down. We're putting faith once again in Electivire. Can Electivire clean up this battle in style? They come in to a Trevenant. We are going to have to shield up a Seed Bomb. Ice Punch won't KO from this range, I don't think, which is a bit brutal. Ice Punch coming through. How much does this do to Trevenant with non-stab? It doesn't quite one-shot. We're looking to Thunder Shock down. We actually snipe him with Sableye. We come back into Electivire. We've got loads of residual energy. We're spamming out the Wild. We've already seen that Sableyes don't appreciate Wild Charges. It doesn't quite one-shot, but we Thunder Shock down. And we Thunder Shock down the Walrein and take that battle. Yet another impressive display from Electivire, closing the video in emphatic fashion. So those were the battles featuring Shadow Sableye, Shadow Swampert running Earthquake, and the absolute monster that is Shadow Electivire. A very rare Pokemon in the Great League, but you can see it's got some major boom and nuke potential. So if you're new, consider subscribing. If you like the content, smash that like button to help me reach a wider audience. I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.